Hi, and welcome to episode 7 of Rants and Raves. My name is Ryan Bussell, and yes, I do look great. Thank you for noticing. I'm working hard, I have been eating well, I have been going to the gym every day, and as a result, I am currently in the same shape that I was when I was 19. Which is not to say great shape, but still, I'll turn 42 in May. That's worth bragging about. Also, for all of January, I have not touched alcohol, nor have I had any fast food, which has actually been very easy to do, although extremely boring, and I'm looking forward to the end of this week. What's my motivation, you may wonder? Well, it's pretty simple, actually. Revenge. I want revenge. See, for the last few months, life has been a total bitch. So I thought, you know what better way to get back at life than to make myself look good and feel good. As Khan said to Kirk, revenge is a dish best served cold, and is very cold in space. I said in the last episode that I would begin this year with a 2016 year in review, and frankly, the more I thought about it, the more I realized there is nothing about 2016 I want to talk about. It was a pretty shit year, and what can you say? A lot of celebrities died. So many, in fact, that the rule of three, that is the theory that celebrities die in threes, will now be known as the rule of five. And what did I learn in 2016? Nothing. I learned nothing for the entire year. Although I was reminded of a very important fact, I was reminded that I am always right. And that is a very important reminder, not just for all of you, but even for myself. I need to learn to trust my instincts. Of course, the biggest example of that is Trump's victory, which I saw coming a mile away, and no, I don't take any pleasure in being right. But it is what it is. And of course, now that Trump is in office, many people are criticizing him and attacking him on every front, and they should. He is a monster. He is an orange monster. But no one really talks about the positive aspects of Trump and the good things that he's done, and I'd like to address some of those now. One thing is Twitter. Many people are on him for Twitter, for the shit that he says, and the grammar mistakes, and the spelling errors. The man is 70 years old. How many of you have a grandma on Twitter? He's 70, and he knows how to use a smartphone. That is impressive. He's building a huge wall against Mexico. I support this. I am 100% behind that. Not because I have anything against Mexicans. It's more because the wall is a true legacy. It is a legacy just like the Great Wall of China. Years from now, people will come from all over the world to see that wall, long after the American dynasty is dead and buried, which will happen in about 10 years from now. I'm impressed by the fact that Trump is invulnerable. Nothing can hurt this man. I am convinced that if anyone ever tries to shoot him, the bullet will bounce off. Nothing hurts him. It does not matter how big the story is or how bad the scandal. It just runs off him like water off a duck. Or like urine off a Russian prostitute. And that was one of the stories involving Russian prostitutes and piss. And everyone says the same thing. Oh, Trump likes to be peed on. Is anyone really surprised? Really? That orange color comes from somewhere. But that was not the story. The story is that Trump booked the same hotel room that Obama shared with his wife not long before, and then he hired Russian prostitutes to piss on the bed they slept in. Which is pretty funny. Come on. It's actually kind of funny, and yes, I know, it is very disrespectful, but come on, that is commitment, man. That is a plan of attack, and he did that for him. That was just for him. He didn't tweet that. The man has conviction. And now we live in a world of alternative facts, which I like. I think it adds a level of creativity to the world that was missing. I like this. For example, before Trump, I may have told you something like, I can count the number of women I have slept with in my life on 2 hands and still have fingers left over. Not very impressive, I know, nothing to brag about. But now I can say that if you do not count women I have not slept with, then I have slept with every woman in Stockholm. Suddenly, I'm a ladies' man. So now I've tried to look at the positive aspects of Trump's presidency, and it does not make me a Trump fan. Far from it. But I do have a theory about Trump that I hope is accurate, and please bear with me, this is a bit long-winded. There is a story of the Roman Emperor Claudius. As the story goes, Claudius was a man who was underestimated his entire life. Everyone thought he was an idiot, but he was actually very, very smart. In fact, he was also against Rome having an emperor at all. He believed the Republic should be restored. Still, later in his life, when the Roman Empire was in horrible shape, he was forced against his will to become emperor. So Claudius said, okay, well, if the empire needs to have an emperor, then I will rule the empire as wisely and as well as I possibly can, which he did, and he was able to fix the empire, at least on the surface. He realized that the empire was still rotten at its core, and he could not fix that. Then he had a change of thought. He thought, you know what? I've gone about this the wrong way. Instead, what I should do is rule as badly as I possibly can, and that way the Roman people are forced to get rid of emperors entirely and restore the Republic to its original glory. He was somewhat successful. His wife murdered him. So maybe Trump is a modern-day Claudius. He loves America so much the only way he can think to fix it and make America great again is to ruin it. This theory would explain pretty much everything he's done so far. It's important to note that Claudius was not successful with his plan. He may have slowed the decline of Rome, but he was unable to prevent its fall. And it may be that for America, it is too little, too late. But, we had a good run. A few hundred years, won a bunch of wars. You can't take that from us.